My name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan, and today we're continuing our video series designed to inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. What does one do if your child gets hurt while in the custody of the ex? So there's a custody arrangement. Maybe you have custody, the child goes to the other person on, let's say, alternating weekends. You get your child back alternating weekends, kid comes back in a cast or a sling. They were horsing around, someone fell off, the monkey bars got hurt. They were at some sort of event, they were roller skating and somebody fell down. I mean, there's a million things that can happen. What do? Well, number one, you got to realize the kids, they like to run around. They like to do dangerous things. They like to go on all those rides at Cedar Point. They like to do things that parents would probably shy away from. They engage in activities in which it's contemplated that, somebody may fall down and skin their knee. Something may happen. Somebody could dislocate a shoulder or break an arm. This happens in the ordinary course of life. It does not necessarily mean that somebody abused or neglected the children. So many times I remember as a kid, I was in gym class, we were under the supervision of the gym teacher, there was a gym teacher, there was an assistant gym teacher, there was this, there was that, and somebody fell down and got hurt. Comes back to school next day in a sling. This can happen under the best of circumstances. It does not mean that custody will change. It does not mean that the court will do anything about it, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you should go running to the judge every time something happens, because you're going to look stupid. Okay, you're going to look like you don't realize that in the course of raising kids, there are trips to the emergency room. And however many kids you have, that's how many trips you make. A client once told me, a large family, and rather than, they go to the emergency room, rather than, as they're leaving, them saying, okay, good luck, they noted that the nurse said to them, see you next time. It's just, I mean, it could happen. It could happen with large families, with active children. Doesn't mean the court's going to give you a break on it. Doesn't mean that there's neglect. The most important thing you should do is find out what happened. Find out how it happened. Find out if it was really, a function of some sort of abuse or neglect. It could have been that your ex decided to take a ride around the neighborhood while one of your children is hanging on the trunk of the car. They thought that would be cute. It could have happened. That's an obvious abuse and neglect situation. You should consider legal action in these things, but you should only do it after you talk to a lawyer, and the lawyer is persuaded that the court will see this not as some ticky-tacky, sort of nitpicky thing, but as a legitimate concern for the safety of the child. And if the court sees it as a legitimate concern for the safety of the child, you can well expect that the court will take some action to put in appropriate safeguards. Now, if you have any questions about your case, reach out. We'll be glad to help you out.